Alright, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites coming out here every week, prophesying the downfall of America, which is Babylon according to the Holy Scriptures, which the word Babylon in the Hebrew is Babel, which means confusion. Alright, because you have all different types of people walking around, you have all different types of customs going on that's not according to the Bible. So it's classified as Babel, which is confusion. Alright, we're out here to let the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know you are the true children of Israel according to the Holy Scriptures, and that you are the only nation upon planet Earth that have a chance of salvation and repentance unto YAHAWASHI, alright? So before we get started, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors unto our elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that continue to feed us with knowledge and understanding. Peace, love, and salutation unto you, sincere Akim, hitting the highways and the hedges doing the work. In season and out of season, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice. Alright, so we're going to get straight to the scriptures. And Lord willing, that this word is edifying through the spirit of YAHAWASHI.
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry.
Right, because the time that America's coming into is going to be a time of mourning. As the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter says, matter of fact, can we get that, Baba Kasha? You know, because hey, what the so-called white man and the way the society is set up, they think that this society is never going to fall. They don't think that there's going to be a time where they're going to have to pay for all the things that they've done. All right? So it says what? Read that again, Baba Kasha.
Woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry.
So it's going to be a time of mourning for Babylon, man. All right, and we're going to get into it and why it's going to be a time of mourning.
Can I get this scripture right quick? This is Psalm 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Right, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. All right, America, they don't think that their establishment is going to fall, man, because they have so much power. They have the liberty to set up different laws. All right, and they're walking throughout the earth doing whatever they want. And guess what? On top of that, they set up different places, as it says in Wisdom of Solomon, they leave tokens and assume that it's going to continue forever, man.
And ultimately it's talking about the Edomites, man, because that pride, you know what I'm saying, goes, as the scriptures say, pride goes before destruction. So they look at it like, well, look, we came from the caves to the Renaissance, all the way down to here with all this technology. We got the children of Israel, you know what I'm saying, in captivity. We've stolen their land, we've stolen the resources of the earth. So in their mind, they're actually increasing. They're getting better. Their plan is progressing, man. Okay, so if they came all the way from the caves to where they at now, ruling the world, literally, of course in their mind, they're not going down, man. All right? They're like, man, we gonna be doing this forever. Look how close they is to getting this chip, man. All right, getting this chip in place. All right, they got that going across the four corners of the earth as we speak now. They got different countries accepting it. They got a company here, I think it's in Wisconsin or Washington, one of those states or cities, man. Wisconsin, that's they whole company accept the chip, man. Talking about opening up doors and this and that. You know, you get into the what's that shit? The vending machine. Yeah. All right, their whole plan is to make things convenient. So their thing is they're bamboozling the people. They're deceiving the people. Fuck, we gonna call it for what it is. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of. They're deceiving the people, deceiving the world, and it's coming down to like we're continuing. They don't think the Most High can stop them. All right, but then the Lord. Hey, I said that in the song before, you know what I'm saying? He always had a plan, which the plan was to what? Let Esau do what he was going to do, give us this truth back, and we were going to prophesy the downfall of this place, and that's what's going on, as the prophets did before. And any place that they prophesied the downfall of, shut up. Any place they prophesied the downfall of, it failed, all right? And people's problem is it didn't happen on their time, so they feel as if it wasn't going to happen, man. That's why it calls this the days of Noah. He was out there, was it 120 years? He was out there for 120 years, man. all right, roughly as a whole, we you know, being out here starting with Abba Bivens on down to, you know, today, we've been out here for, what, about 40, 50 years? You know what I'm saying? About 50 years, you know? So shit, technically, we would have at least 70 more years, all right? As far as, you know, Noah, because to our knowledge, the Viking gang goes on. So, to our knowledge, you know, that's the longest that someone had prophesied, all right, and said that something was going to happen. For over 120 years, you definitely, just imagine, the Lord was establishing this whole ark this whole time. He had a plan. And for 120 years, you think the people was getting better? No, they was doing what the hell they wanted to do. Even more. They thought it was all progressive. Man, you've been out, think of the 119th year. You've been out here for 119 years. They done had grandparents died, children were born, grown up, had children, became great-grandparents, all of that, man. All right? Because they was living back then. They was living for real back then. You know what I'm saying? So the grandparents probably wasn't even dead. So they like, man, that's that crazy dude. The same thing happened today, but the Lord prophecies never fail, man.
And then going back to what you were saying about, you know, the 70, we had like 70 more years or whatnot. That's why the Most High said He's gonna speed up the time.
Yep.
Because it is waxing worse and worse.
Yep. Yeah, it's waxing worse and worse according to prophecy at that. Because He told Esdras, which was during the Babylonian period, He told Esdras that it was going to, in the end times, he told him that it was going to be, what did it say, a world without, where glory neither doeth abide. All right, and then he said in, I believe that's Thessalonians, that men shall wax worse and worse, man. All right, look at our men, look at our women, look at our children, look at the world, look at society, man. But in their eyes, they're progressing, they're getting better. Look at technology, oh, it's getting better, it's getting better. But in the Most High's eyes, He's about to destroy this place, man. The whole society, all right? So it is beautiful that we are in the days of Noah, but it's more beautiful that the Lord opened our eyes to the truth, man. Like He told Esdras, man, go and seek out ones that are like thee. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because if a nigga can't get it, a nigga ain't meant to get it, man. But yeah, we moving on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got all day to be sitting here trying to get our people in the right order, because they don't want order, man. All right, Job, the 10th chapter, the 22nd verse tell you that this is the place without order, the shadow of death, man. All right, that is America. In 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, where it said that this place, all right, not just the people, but the place as well got to be destroyed, man. Everybody wants the kingdom of heaven to come, but they don't know the quote-unquote sacrifice, man. And the sacrifice is, for one, your life that you want to live in this place. All right? And outside of that, it's America, what you love so much. And that's where the line is drawn, where you got to pick a side. Do you want to dwell and live and quote-unquote prosper in America, or do you want the second coming of the Lord to happen? All right? Because if when the second time the Lord come happens, ain't no America. America is hey, they said bye-bye, American pie. This is it's gone, man. That's what's going to happen to America when the Lord when the second time He shows up, man. He said, I will not meet thee as a man. All right? Because He's coming to destroy this place, man. All right? That's what's coming to America. Okay? That is what's coming to America. Nothing else. All right? Y'all can sit here and keep building bridges and stadiums and moving teams. Oh, my bad. Moving teams over here and all of that. And all of that prosperous shit is going to go out the window, man. All right? Spoken of in the book of Ecclesiastes. When they looking out of the window. All right? But all of that is going to fade away. That American dream and all that shit is going to fade away. Let me finish this, though. Go ahead.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, and verse 4. It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
Yeah.
Thus,
that's their mindset, okay? That's their mindset. No matter how bad they're doing, They always think they're going to flourish. They always think they're going to continue. They always think that they're never going to be taken down, man. All right, why you think that like that is the process? You know, because at first, you know, you had the 7 heads and the 10 horns. There was actually 10 nations, man. All right, so what did they do? They added unto them nations trying to upset prophecy. Okay, they said they were going to bring out the chip in 2018. That was supposed to be the year. All right. They didn't do it, but it's not really upsetting prophecy because the Lord ain't put a date on it. He just put signs at a time, man. But that was their plan, okay? But the Lord threw a monkey wrench in there, man. All right, and stopped all these gears when He brought up the truth up to our business, man. On down to today. Why they ain't delete nobody else's video? All of that crazy stuff you got going on YouTube, but they just so happen to delete our video. You got people shooting all type of guns, bitches twerking, little sex scenes, you know what I'm saying? All this kind of, it's so much stuff on YouTube that's detrimental to society, all right? But they leave it up there, man, because there's only one thing that's truly detrimental to this society, and that's this truth. That's the only thing that prophesied against this place. That's the only thing that exposed this place. All through YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. So that's why they delete our videos. But you only making matters worse for yourself because every time you delete, we just continue. Okay? We continue to where y'all gonna have to round us up. Y'all gonna have to kill us. Y'all gonna have to ban the Bible. Y'all gonna have to get rid of the internet, man. YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI gonna make y'all niggas get rid of the internet. Alright? They starting to lock, and it don't have to completely go away, right? They can just start making certain sites private. Or how they was doing a couple years back, where they was gonna make you pay for certain websites, man. Alright? So imagine if they make you pay, because they already got, what, $10. Well, YouTube's free. Then you can pay, I don't know how much the subscription is exactly, but about 10 to 15, let's say $10 to $20. If you want to be able to play videos without closing your phone, all right?
Yeah, it's like $14.95.
So we got 10 to 20. So if you want to use it and you want that, it's just going to bump the prices up. Motherfuckers got bills. So they ain't going to be thinking about YouTube, man. All right, so that's the sacrifice they're going to have to make, which is going to help the family of the word. All right? YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. We're still going to be out here until the Lord tells us not to be out here, man. Because Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. All of this coincides with the downfall and destruction of Esau's society, man.
Hey, through the spirit, when you talk about the videos, the reason why they, to answer what the brother was saying, is because the reason why they taking our videos down, or the videos that pretty much the videos that bring their wickedness to light. You know what I'm saying? What does it say? In Hebrews it says the word of the Most High is quick and sharper than any two-edged sword. It's condemning what's going on in this place, and it's also waking Jacob up.
It cuts to the marrow.
It cuts to the marrow, in dividing asunder, you know?
All of the secrets, Salakia, all the secrets that they thought they had, the Most High is exposing that. He's bringing, their power was hiding in the shadows, man. All right? Their power was hiding. That's why our own people don't want to come to the light. Because it exposes their deeds, it exposes their works, it exposes who they truly are, man. So that's what Esau, and that's, we got to get into Isaiah the 47th chapter. That's what it is. It's the exposure of them, man. It's the bringing them down. Now you can't hide, all right? Now you cannot hide, okay? Yeah, you got it. Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon," which is America. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees. For thou hast no more thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the legs, uncover the thigh.
making Esau to reveal his horns and all his folly, all the things that he's doing in secret is coming to the light. So he's not going to be able to hide his wickedness. He's not going to be able to hide who he is. All right? The Most High is really revealing Esau for the devil and deceiver that he is, man.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Yep.
Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man.
Hey, that's just how we're going into it. I will take vengeance and not meet thee as a man. When the Most High sends his son back, it's not going to be nothing pretty for Edom, man. He's going to come with what? He's going to come with fury, of fire, and with war, man. He's not going to come back greeting everybody, especially you, Esau. He's not going to come back greeting you, giving you hugs. No, you're going to get destroyed, man. It's a judgment for everything that you do. And as we always mention, coming out of the scriptures, if we as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, being the Most High's fervent lover, only begotten, his only one lily, close unto the Most High, and we get judged, what make you think that you ain't gonna be judged, man? When it says that for Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated, and you put your hand on the Most High, the apple of the Most High's eye, man. So the Most High ain't coming back to meet you with no happiness, man. He's coming back with fervent fury, man. Indignation. That's the word I was looking for. Indignation, man. And that's why through the spirit, like the brother was saying, as far as the YouTube videos, everything, it's too much information on you coming out. That's why you chopping down brothers' sites, man. Brothers is revealing your folly through the Holy Scriptures, and you're like, no, we need that to be out there like that. We're chopping brothers' pages down, man. The truth is too powerful for Esau to bear, man.
As for our Redeemer, the Most High Yahawah of hosts' name, the Holy One of Israel, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Yeah, you're not going to be called the Lady of Kingdoms. All these different countries that you do business with, all right, they're gonna once they see your destruction, it says what in the book of Revelation? They're gonna be like, damn, you know, because you're a big buyer, man. You have a lot of merchandise that these different countries are buying from you, man. But it's going to be a time where that's going to be cut off too.
This is Revelation chapter 18, and start at verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she should be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her.
Right, and that's what we mentioned at the beginning, how Esau, he's doing all these things, thinking that his kingdom is going to continue and continue, and he's going to continue to do the things that he's been doing, and there's not going to be any type of recompense for it. All right? But hey, it says what? As a brother just read clearly. Read that again. This is coming to you, Esau, the so-called white man.
Therefore her plagues shall come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she should be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her.
Exactly. Strong is the Lord power who judgeth her, man. This land, according to the book of Isaiah, is going to be a desolate land, man. Why? Because all the iniquities and impurities that's in this land, man. All the different things that are done against the Heavenly Father, there has to be a judgment for it. And that's what it's going to be, man. He says all your plagues are going to come in one day.
And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see her smoke, when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Exactly. So once America's over and done with, hey, nobody's going to be buying from here no more. You're not going to be in business no more, man.
Standing afar off for the fears of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Plain it to the point, man. We're going back to Isaiah.
Isaiah 47:6, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. thou didst show them no mercy.
Yeah, and the reason why we will give it over into your hands is because what? We sinned against Heavenly Father by idol worship, man. By following different customs. It says taking a covering but not of the Most High. Transgressing the laws that was given unto us through YAHAWASHI. And he gave us over into the hands of the heathen. That's why he said that we're dispersed throughout the four winds of the earth, man. We're in strange lands, man. Because we didn't want to obey the word that YAHAWASHI gave us. So yeah, and it says Esau showed no mercy. Look at our people, man. Even from when we first went into slavery, man. Every time Esau got a chance, he came down with some type of brutal judgment on us, man. And to this very day, you can look around and you can see, hey, you can see Jacob's waking up to Esau's what they call it, racism. His hatred towards the nation of Israel. Every chance Esau gets, man, hey, when you see Esau making all these different laws that's clearly going against the scriptures, hey, he's doing that so we can go off, man. Because these other nations, these heathen nations, they don't have a chance of salvation anyway. The time where they're going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments is going to be in the kingdom, man. Right now, they're doing what they want to do, but the reason why Esau sets these things up is so we can go off. And roughly paraphrasing, there's a scripture that says where Esau, he does these different things, and then he looks at the Most High like, these your people? You know, roughly paraphrasing? Because what? His job is to make us go on, man. And that's why the Most High, he created the scriptures for certain men to wake up to and to follow it and to combat that evil, man.
Says, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid the yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Hey, because it said they didn't lay it to their hearts, right? They didn't think that in their mind, okay? They didn't think that in their minds, and laying it, the end of it, they didn't believe in the prophecies. The Lord, because they had the Bible, okay, but they used it to their own gain, of course. They thought they could alter it and manipulate it and upset the prophecies. When the prophecies stand where they stand, it said none of these shall fail, man. All right, every prophecy written in the scriptures is going to come to pass if it haven't already. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. You not, all right? You not, man. You think you the Lord for real, man. And none else beside me, I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
This is the mindset. This is the mindset of the so-called white man. All right, they're living in great pride. They're flowing well. In their eyes, nothing's going wrong for them. Everything looks promising for them. But hey, the Most High has, like the brother said, he's gonna throw a monkey wrench in the midst of it. It's gonna be a time where you're gonna realize, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for the things you did. Yeah, everything is good now. Hey, just like Ezra said, he said, why forbearest them that sin it? That gainsay your will. Because judgment must come forth. There's a build-up to the things that are coming.
But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments.
It says they shall come upon thee in their perfection. This judgment for you through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI is being perfected, man. The more and more you continue to do the things that you're doing, the more perfect that judgment for you is going to be.
For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth thee. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides thee.
Hey, they think they're the Most High. They think that they're the Most High, man. The book of Thessalonians says that. They sit in the temple of the Most High, proclaiming to be the Most High, or acting as the Most High. And that's what they're doing with this chick, man. when they push this RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, right? When they push the mark of the beast, you know, that's what? That's signifying what? That I own you. It's a mark and branded in the flesh, man. All right.
That shit tight, man.
I love that shit. Y'all sell that shit too? Jesus went in there and kicked over brick tables and put them on there.
Yeah, you can't be selling doves and trading and exchanging money in my temple.
A motherfucker, it say, let me say this one time. It says, you are a temple. It says God resides in the temple, and so does the kingdom. So, why is they thinking inheriting this dirt and everything that comes from it? It's nothing, bro. It's just dirt. We're going right back to it. What we got inside the temple can't be duplicated or can't be replenished. It can't be traded in. It can't be bought. You cannot buy money. You cannot buy trust, love, respect, honor, and loyalty. You can't buy it. Y'all keep that shit banging, man. This my neighborhood. I'll see y'all down here if y'all gonna... I didn't know they let us assemble like this. I knew we could, but I didn't know the law let us do that shit though.
Depends. It depends. If they feel like doing something about it, they'll do something about it. You know.
If you get you a podium like Malcolm X did and be ways standing up looking down, then that probably, man, this is beautiful, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I want to stay longer, man. I want to stay longer. I want to hear some more of that, man. That's like food, not the physical food either. I ain't mean to put nobody on the spot, but I want to hear some more of that, bro.
Hey, right in the previous chapter, like the Lord said that they was, it said, I am and none else sit beside me. This is the Lord speaking himself. This is Isaiah 45:5. It says, I am the Most High, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, thou hast not known me. So right there, they take that and try to make it upon themselves because they think like that as well, like the brother brought out about Thessalonians.
I studied theology. Let me interpret what you just said. He said there is none beside me, right? He's talking about you too, because you came from God. He's talking about you.
He's saying he's the Most High.
No, he's saying that. He's saying when you look in the mirror, ain't no DNA or no fingerprint that can match yours. You God too, bruh.
Oh yeah, we ate God. Yep. This is Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thine wickedness, and hast said, none seeth thee. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else besides thee.
Which according to the book of Corinthians, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
Yep.
All right, and Esau trusted. He trusted his own wickedness. He trusted his own science. You know, everything that Esau thinks that everything that Esau believes in, everything comes out of the scriptures. You're just doing it in your own fashion, man. Putting a little twist on it. Look what I can do. You know, pretty much trying to exceed the power of the Most High, man.
Like he said, thy wisdom and thy knowledge has perverted thee, man. The things that they come up with. The brother was speaking about that last week. You know what I'm saying? About all of their educated guesses and things when it comes to their science, man. All of that perverted them. Because just because they can, just because the Lord allowed them to explain how he created things, you know, the different elements and all of that, and combining certain elements to make different things, they feel like, oh, this is us, this is we. So if we can create this and do this and have a machine so all of that perverted them and got them thinking that they're on top, like, oh, we are like the Most High. Okay, he creates and we create. All right, not knowing all of that knowledge comes from the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off.
And it says, it's why you're not going to see it coming, because you're so in depth with your wickedness. And that's what Wisdom of Solomon said. It says, go ahead, let's just get it. And that's why the Most High said that in the gospel, it had it written in the gospel that this word shall be preached throughout all the four corners of the earth. No nation upon the earth is going to have an excuse. Nobody on this planet Earth is going to have an excuse, man. It's just that you're into what you're into, and if you ignore it, that's because the Most High put that spirit of blindness on you in the first place, man. But this gospel is going out throughout the four corners of the earth, like you mentioned, as far as the internet. Because we're not literally going everywhere and teaching this word. Us, you have men that are set up everywhere, and then we put videos up on the unicorn, man. So it's going to it's hitting all different four corners of the earth, man.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:21. Such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness hath blinded them.
For their own wickedness have blinded them, man. As I mentioned, you know, Esau, he's doing so good that he don't see the things that's coming. He don't see the judgment that's coming. He see all these.
In his mind, he's progressing. He's leveling up each and every time. So that's why he's blinded by his wickedness. Because the more in his mind, the more deceit that he puts out there, the better and more richer he becomes, basically, man. All right, the more he received that blessing that was given unto him to have the fatness of the earth, okay, because he was given that as well. But we're going to have it in righteousness, and we're going to have it forever and ever and ever, man. All right, he just got it but a short time, okay? It says, I'm going to read that one again. It says, Isaiah 47:11, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Hey, it's written, man. It says the Most High said what? His word shall not return unto him void. That's why you're not going to be able to escape the things that are coming. Desolation, widowhood, the loss of children, you know, all these different things that are committed unto you, man. All these judgments are committed unto Babylon. You can't escape it. No one can escape their judgment, man.
Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorcery.
You trust in the thing. You trust in your witches and your witches and your warlocks and all these different things that you believe in. It's technology.
They demons, man.
They're demons.
You know, because they worship on the left-hand side, man. So they trust in them demons that they talk to and they pray to and all of that, man. All right?
And trusting into the enchantments and their sorceries is their left-hand ability from their propaganda and their narratives that they push upon our people. You know, BET and the Democratic Party, things around that nature. The Lord is saying, trust in that. The fiat notes, the Federal Reserve System, the Lord says, trust in that. If you think you can take me down. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they're praying to principalities, you know what I'm saying? But really, the Lord is telling them, trust in your enchantments. Basically, somebody look at the word up, enchantments from the YAHAWAH.
This is the word enchantments. It says kabar, alright? And it says association, company, band, share, association, society, a magician, a charmer, a spell.
Yep, you see it says magician, charmer, spell, says society. You know what I'm saying? The people you associate with, the way of life. Because as it says in John, it says if you're of the world will love its own. The world is an enchantment, man. You know, so it's not just talking about, you know, spiritual beings. You know, it's talking about the way of life that they perpetuate. You know what I'm saying? The fact that the order from man to woman and child, the way you talk, the sexual orientation of a person, the way a person should be treated. There's ways that are biblical within the scriptures that are taboo to this time. Why? Because of the enchantments of Esau, the way the life goes. If a man walks around or one man has multiple wives, then based off the enchantments of Esau, people hate you for doing something that's biblical. You know what I'm saying? If you marry within your, if you marry your cousin, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Then that's, people look at you funny because of the enchantments of Esau. You know what I'm saying? If you wear garments with the fringes of the borders of blue, you know, based off the enchantments of Esau. Because what they do is they get on TV. They get on TV and these rappers will wear Gucci belts and certain shoes and different things like that. That's their sorceries and their enchantments. Basically encouraging you to act and to think and to live a certain way. That's why everybody's like-minded in stupidity, man. You know? That's why the saying goes, common sense is not all that common, because the common thing is to be dumb, to be stupefied in a certain way. So the Lord's saying, well, you got the whole world bugged out on these enchantments, but when I come and I start moving, trusting those same things, you think that shit work, but it don't work against me. You know, so ultimately that's what the Lord is saying to the world, and he's saying to Esau, the BET and all that, and government assistance and college and all that. The Lord said, yeah, go trust in that. You know what I'm saying? When I start to break down this economic system, the money system, go to your Wall Street and see if that's going to help you. Go to your military, see if that's going to help you. And it's not.
It's crazy because one of the definitions in the etymology was charm. You know what I'm saying? You know, as far as that whole propaganda deal, and it said it goes back to Singapore. You know, because the brother kept on bringing out the BET. That's elevated, you know? That's elevated. Casting the spells and shit. Movies and all of that, man. Ain't nobody gonna deceive you aggressively, you know what I'm saying? They gonna talk you into it, man. Charming you. You know, they got certain notes when it comes to snake charming, you know? They can't be playing no damn rap music trying to charm a snake. It's that mellow, real slick like. It says, stand down. Isaiah 47:12. Stand down with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail.
That's it. We're broken down already. Like, CMDs is gonna help you, man. Which, if they're not gonna help you in those days, man. If you don't put your, for one, Esau's not gonna serve YAHAWASHI. But put it into the scriptures. It says what? The Most High is gonna protect those that trust Him. Esau don't trust in the Most High. He trusted his process. He trusted his agenda.
Yeah, that's just like like you got somebody at work and they talking to you crazy because they're your manager, and they talking to the point that, you know, if I see you in the street, you wouldn't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't. Those enchantments of Esau only go so far. You know, like people say, take that badge off and we'll really see what's up. That's what the Lord is saying to Esau. But even with the badge on, it don't work. Even when you at your job, the Lord's like, I can, you know, like YAHAWASHI told Pilate, man, I can bring legions of angels to come down here and defend me, but the Lord's will must be done. So Esau has gotten comfortable within his enchantments, thinking that he's even able to stop the Most High. You know, so that's what the Lord's being sarcastic when he says that. You know.
Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up. and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, thou shalt be as stubble.
And another thing, because it says, they're what? They're wearied in a multitude of their counsels. They always got to have a meeting to fix something. Saving the economy, global warming, the uproars of the people, the financial system. Even if they created a system that's meant to fall, they got to keep having all these meetings to regulate the world. You know what I'm saying? The Lord only had one council. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as everything's set in stone. You don't have to, like, something happen and you got to go back and have another meeting, go back and have another meeting. What we going to do about the forest fires? What we going to do about Flint, Michigan's water? What we going to do about the civil unrest? What we going? That's Esau. You got to keep having all these meetings to set things right. All right. Where the Most High, He don't need all that. But Esau's getting weary from it, man. Okay. Read that again, brother.
Isaiah 47:13, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Yeah, those astrologers and prognosticators is basically your scientists. You know, your scientists, your movie stars, you know, your warlocks. You know, because actors are nothing but warlocks in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And your astrologers and prognosticators, these people that say, oh, let's build a space station, let's create this medicine, everybody's catching cancer, you gotta have a meeting about that, and then you go to your doctors and stuff, and they're trying to figure it out. You know? But at the end of the day, the Lord's judgment is set. People are gonna die in a certain fashion, and the elect is gonna rise up. You know, and at the end of the day, that's what's gonna happen. And Esau's gonna be trying to have means. How can we suppress these Israelites coming out here? You know, like the brother said, chopping down videos, but that's not gonna work either, man. You know, the Lord said, "Who have resisted His will?" You see, so at the end of the day, the Lord is again being sarcastic. Go to your scientists. Go figure this out on how to stop these chariots from popping up, man. You know, yeah. You know, they're trying their best to, and it's frustrating them, man.
So, book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, and verse 20. It says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babbling, and oppositions of science.
Yeah, so vain babbling is basically that endless, you know, the endless rhetoric Esau comes up with, man. You know, like if they shoot a Jake and they say, oh, he shouldn't have been resisting. You know, Esau could basically make anything sound like he has a good reason to do what he did. You know what I'm saying? So it's the Lord's telling us to put away. Stop, don't deal with the rhetoric of Esau, man. All right? Like Apostle Tahar said, the Lord opened our minds and He closed it, man. Like your mind's supposed to be shut. You're not supposed to be optimistic or listening to Esau's theories and things like that. You know, Esau, I had an Edomite tell me, you know, that he believed racism is cultural and that Edomites are not able to that Edomites are racist because they haven't been culturally intertwined with other races, man. You know what I'm saying? And you listen to it, it sound, and he'll give examples. But nah, man, at the end of the day, there was a person that was racist in the beginning. You know? But really, in reality, that's the spirit embedded in him pursuant to Genesis chapter 25. That's the reality of it. The Esau uses game to make you think it's something else. To make you think it's a scientific way that it happened, which makes you think that it's a scientific way or a physical way that you can solve it. When it's an internal spiritual matter that we're dealing with. Okay?
It says, in oppositions of science, falsely so called.
Yep, and science just goes back to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because what we're teaching is technically science, but it's the science of the Most High. It's the knowledge of the Most High. Science, the word science just goes back to knowledge, basically to know something. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, the sweet science of boxing. It's just the knowledge of boxing. You know how to hit and not get hit. It's just a good sum of information that you have. So when you hear science, it's not automatically like, oh my God, this is evil. No, science is just knowledge, but Esau science is what's evil. Because they tell you about the Big Bang, because they figured out they got the knowledge of atoms and protons and neutrons. So they're trying to tell you how the world was created through the knowledge that they've obtained. But the Lord, his name is what? Another name for Yahawah is an everlasting. He's everlasting to everlasting. Like YAHAWASHI is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and end. But Yahawah is the everlasting. His knowledge is everlasting. Okay? So the knowledge that he has, there's elements that Esau talking about. Basically, how can you compare your knowledge or your science to someone when you're discovering things? The Lord hasn't discovered nothing. He created everything. You know what I'm saying? There's things that people are still questioning how he exists. You know? We know how Esau came about. We know about the wickedness and the good things also that he's done. You know what I'm saying? But nobody can understand. The Lord said, my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. You know, but Esau basically got up on a certain level of knowledge, or aka science, and now he believes that he's better than the Most High. Alright?
Isaiah 47:14. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth, they shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save them.
Second Esdras chapter 16, starting back at verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourself with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Yeah, so we got to get up to that.
Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia.
Yeah, Babylon, of course, Babylon is America. Asia is talking about European continents, man. Ireland, Great Britain, London and all that. You know what I'm saying? Spain, Rome, alright? Because that's nothing but, that's a part of Asia, man. Like niggas like tell me, Asiatic black man and all that shit. And because Asia is technically that whole hemisphere over
They used to
there.
call it Eurasia.
Yeah.
Because it's all one body of land.
Yeah.
Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair.
Yeah, that when you gird up yourself with cloths of sack, when you put on sackcloth, you're mourning. So the Lord is telling Esau it's time to mourn, because in Psalms he told him, hey, live it up. You know what I'm saying? But now it's time to mourn. Okay?
And bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Yeah, and bewail your children. Hug on your children, appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? Have that one more day at Chuck E. Cheese. You know, bewail your children, man. Because your day of destruction is at hand. Alright? The party's over. The lights in the club is turned on. You know, it's the last call of alcohol. You know, shoot your last shot, man. Go ahead.
A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
Yeah, sword is not talking about an actual sword all the time. That ultimate sword is talking about death and destruction. through nuclear missiles, through actual physical violence. That rapture bullshit that Esau trying to perpetuate. No, it's gonna be war. It's gonna be guns blazing. It's gonna be thermonuclear missiles firing. Okay? It's gonna be a lot of bloodshed.
A fire is sent among you.
There you go. A fire is sent among you. Go ahead.
And who may quench it?
Yeah, who's gonna quench it? Because as it was read earlier, that the Lord said, go to your sorcerers and your magicians and see if they can stop it. The Lord it was sarcasm when he said that, because he said a fire is sent among you. Really, at the end of the day, it's judgment that's sent among the people, and who's going to stop them? Because I am and none else is beside me. Who's going to counsel the Lord and say, hey, I think they had enough? You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that's going to be able to do that, okay?
Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion?
Yeah, those plagues ultimately are the thermonuclear missiles, but you got cancer, you got measles, or whatever plague that may come. Okay? Because that's all the plagues, it's sicknesses, and it's talking about those missiles also. Okay?
May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire in stubble?
So when people are out here resisting or got smart aleck type of comments and saying things toward us that's derogative, but at the end of the day, just because you don't agree with what we're saying doesn't make it not true. That's what the scriptures tell you that. It was Romans 3 and 3, you know what I'm saying? Let's get that real quick. As easy as the scripture is, I don't want to butcher it. You know? That's the reality, because we'll sit here and say the Lord's only dealing with the elect. Oh, Lord loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? God loves everybody. The Lord's going to destroy Babylon and raise up Israel and have Israel rule over. Why would the Lord put somebody over somebody else? That don't make any sense to me. You know?
It's the book of Romans chapter 3 and verse 3. But what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Yeah, but what if some did not believe? It doesn't matter. Because the person that's controlling the algorithm of life, he has an agenda, and the agenda is going to be accomplished. Whether people want to be an atheist or not, Babylon's America is going to go down. It's going to be civil unrest. It's going to be economic destruction. It's going to be all these things that is going to ultimately lead to the nation of Israel rising up and the enemy of Israel to go down. The main enemy, which is Esau, which is the so-called white man. Alright? It don't matter if you can sit there and say all kind of bad things about us, man. You can make up a lie, you can call Esau on us, you can perpetuate what you want, you can shut down YouTube pages, such on and so forth. You can come up with any device. You can kill us, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, though, this is the Lord's thing, okay?
It says, the Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar.
Yeah, let every Most High be true, but every man a liar. So what the Lord says, it does not come back to him void. The Lord only deals with Israel. God loves everybody. You can say what you want. What's the point to get mad with you when that's the reality of what it is? The Lord said it. You know?
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 6. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when they begin to burn? May one turn the arrow that is shot from a strong archer?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to stop the judgment of the Lord. When you're talking about quenching the fire, it's like pouring water on the fire. Nobody has that power to slow down the prophecies of YAHAWASHI. There's no way. I don't care what you think in life. You have a newborn baby, if the Lord planned on like Sodom and Gomorrah, somebody could have had a baby that day. That's not, the Lord ain't going to say, oh, you had a baby, well, I'm going to hold it off for a day. No, the judgment's going to happen. All right, the things that were done is set in stone, and the will of the Most High is going to come forth. It doesn't matter how much of a gut-wrenching, sorrow, tear-jerking story that you have on why you should live. It's not going to happen because it's set in stone. The Lord had projected it out. Like I said, as a strong archer, when you shoot an arrow, ain't nobody going to hop in the air like Michael Jordan and grab the arrow, turn it around, and with the same force let it come back. It's not going to happen. The arrow is going to be shot and it's going to go towards its target and it's going to hit wherever it's supposed to hit. And it said a strong archer. That means that thing is coming with force, man. That's the prophecies, man. It tells you in second Esdras, can a woman that's with child hold back her baby, man? She want her baby born on December 25th, so she's trying to hold